A sellout crowd on hand here on the third and final day of X Games Aspen 2025 as we bring you an event we're so excited to introduce out here today. It's time now for the women's snowboard street style, and it starts right now. What's happening, everybody? Brandon Graham, Jack Matrani, and Haley Langland in the booth. And our boy Josh Eckert will be on the sidelines. So excited for this one. Haley, it's a brand new dawn here at X Games. We've really played with having different rail jams and street events here in the past, but to have this battle with 2 heats of ladies out here as we take a look, a playoff and final. We've got 8 riders, 2 heats of 4, 2 10-minute jam sessions. The top 2 from each heat will advance to the final, and there you see it becomes a 10-minute jam, and it's all based on overall impression. And one of our big names who's had a really nice X Games so far this weekend is in this one. In fact, heat number 1, Mia Brooks. For more on Mia, let's head down to AJ McCord.
Thanks so much. So many of these snowboarders got a chance to experience this course before today. Mia Brooks, a heavy medal favorite, was not one of them. She's competed all weekend long. She's bringing home already 2 medals, a silver in knuckle huck, a bronze in slope, and then a 4th in big air. And so I was talking with her coach, Mikey Williams, and he said, yeah, this is the first time she's gotten a chance to actually experience this street style course, but this is one of Mia's best elements of her snowboarding is her rail game. So he said even though she hasn't had the practice that they would have liked, he feels confident that they can round out those medals for the weekend and get a gold.
Yeah, thank you, AJ. I don't know if there's anyone more talented right now in women's snowboarding than Mia Brooks when it comes to rails. Well, for the rest of our field, let's meet them right now. Besides Mia Brooks, here is our roster for today's playoff.
My name is Jalen Hanson. I'm 18 years old and I'm from Hastings, Minnesota.
Hi, my name's Mia Brooks. I'm 18 years old and I'm from Sandbach in the UK.
My name is Iris Pham. I'm 21 years old and I'm from Bozeman, Montana.
Hi, my name is Lily Dewanaway. I'm 15 years old and I'm from Copper Mountain, Colorado.
Hi, I'm Delma Sarkipai, 19 years old and I'm from Finland, Seinäjoki.
Egan Witt. I'm 23 and I'm from Denver, Colorado.
What up? I'm Grace Warner. I'm 24 years old and I'm from Michigan.
And that is our field. Jack Matrani and Haley Langland kicking things off. 18-year-old Jalen Hanson. But as we do, Hales, I just want to talk about the importance of having a contest like this one at the X Games.
Totally. I mean, these are girls who spend most of their time filming in the street, so you would only know them if you were watching video parts. Jalen with a nice little black lip there on the down bar. What I find interesting is Jalen in this note card, she's a 2023 USASA National Slopestyle Champion, open class women. That's really impressive. It seems like the trend here amongst these athletes is more of these ATVs, girls that can do it all, which I think is so fascinating.
Well, Mia Brooks, definitely an all-terrain vehicle. Here's her first hit.
Going for that front board pretzel and just landing on the heels, not getting her toes around right there. Here's another look at it.
And this is just heat number 1. They're going to take the top 2 from this heat, and then a second heat, top 2, and into the finals. Isn't that right, Brando?
That's correct.
Thank you for the reminder.
Alexis Hernandez-Roland, known as Lex. This is their X Games debut.
Nice switch front board there from Lex. She wanted me to tell everyone she's regular-footed, okay?
She's regular-footed. That is switch. She's going backwards, throwing with her left hand. Switch, frontside board slide. Haley, what is the strategy right now?
Man, if I were to guess, just try and get some good flow on the course. You know, it doesn't hurt to get more and more familiar with these rails as you go. Iris Pham coming in, board side, lip side, through the kink rail.
Ooh,
nice.
Very nice.
Yeah, Jack, I asked you the same question I asked Hales just a bit ago. You've been part of the X Games family for so long. You've competed here the value of bringing an event like this and being able to spotlight snowboarders who would otherwise never be invited to X Games.
Brandon, it's a story of accessibility, okay? If you're a kid and you're watching Big Air last night, first off, that was an insane front board pretzel out, beautiful. If you're watching Big Air last night and you see somebody do a 2340, you might think to yourself, well, that might not be possible, but this right here, even if you don't live in the mountains, you can go to a rail, you can get yourself comfortable enough on rails to maybe one day make it into the X Games. So I think this is huge for not only X Games, but for the future of snowboarding.
Yeah, accessibility, such a key word. So here is Mia Brooks.
Been snowboarding since she was 18 months old. No big deal.
Coming in here, forward stance. Nice, front lip to pretzel out, just not getting it around, kind of washing on the toes.
It's really fun to watch Mia in slope style, just on that top rail section, so really excited to see what she does in this course.
Definitely.
Lex.
I like the pace. Keep the action going.
Rate of play is fast.
Let's go. Rate of play is fast.
Jumping to the flat of the down, flat down. Very, very risky.
What's up with the bandana?
Yeah, I was going to say, big fan of that.
Let's go.
We all remember my bandana rebrand of 2017.
Brando bandana.
It was a phase.
I'd love to see that.
Oh my goodness!
Iris!
Your current leader, showing you why she's on top.
The goofy-footed rider going cab, board slide, 270 out. So good, getting a nice press on the down bar. Doesn't get better than that.
Gang, this is Slush Magazine's Rookie of the Year last year. For good reason. Irish Fam is like, just missed the podium in Knuckle Huck last year, and we were so excited to see her out here because we knew she'd shine in a contest like this. Here's Jalen Hansen.
Ooh, 50-50 on the down flat, down kink with a back one off the end.
Very smooth. Good.
We've just been told that Mia has dropped, so Mia's out.
Mia is out just like that.
Whoa.
Whoa.
That is going to have repercussions in this contest. Remember, only 2 moving on to the final from this heat, and Lex putting one down.
According to my math, you just don't want to get third.
Exactly, that really puts the pressure on.
That does put the pressure on. I wonder why Mia pulled out.
Lex going for that concrete drop barrier.
Their girlfriend, Anahita, is here in attendance. Just like that, Irish Fam dropping in.
Ooh, pole jam to wall ride. Very sick.
She on one.
Use, of course, very nice.
A little look at Josh Eckert right there.
That is so sick, so technical, and to be able to absorb the impact hitting the wall, it's a lot harder than it looks.
Yeah, that's some distance there.
Would you hit that, Haley?
Probably not.
Probably not? What? Yeah, right.
Here's Jalen Hansen.
Oh my gosh, 50-50
okay.
on the picnic table, dropping to that down bar board slide pretzel. That was so sick. Coming off a little bit early, but I'm not going to nitpick it too hard. That was a really technical trick.
Is that blind coming off of that picnic table?
I mean, it is a drop, so you would have to expect.
Yeah, here it is from this angle. You can barely even see where the rail is. Another attempt at it.
Lex going for it as well. Just going for the 50-50 drop to 50-50. Saw her ollie off of the picnic table. Kind of looked like she might have not had the speed or gotten the right pop. Almost coming a little bit short on that down bar.
So here's our current leader.
Egan went with the height.
Iris Pham.
Nice,
Okay.
50-50 transfer board slide for Iris. That was so sick, so clean.
She's locked in.
Yeah, it's been kind of a walk in the park for Iris so far here in Heat 1.
She's making it look a little too easy.
So under 4 minutes to ride with in this first heat of the playoffs. Again, if you're just joining us, With Mia Brooks dropping, only 2 riders from this group of 4, excuse me, 3 now, will be moving on to the final.
Looks like Jalen was just using this as a little tester run right here. Probably wanted to slide on that wall a little bit more, just didn't quite get the right angle.
Once again, Alexis Hernandez rolling. Here's Lex.
What do we got? What do we got?
Ooh, going again for that picnic table transfer to that down bar. Not lined up for it, just has to ride out to the side. That is, did not even notice.
Oh, did you see the man
out there?
I didn't even notice that
he was
either.
standing there.
It's wild how he just blends in with the course.
What just happened?
We need to get like the construction
Was
jacket
Man
on
Ramp
him.
there the whole time?
I think only in the replay.
Hey, let's get a vibe check from the 4th member of our team, Josh Eckert out there. Josh, what's going on, man?
What is going on, guys? Down here, the energy is absolutely palpable. Once Man Ramp jumped on the scene, people kind of got a little stoked out. You see him a lot in skateboarding, not a lot in snowboarding. So people are pretty hyped he's out here.
Yeah, I was surprised. I saw him out at practice a couple of days ago in his usual garb.
Yep.
He didn't dress for the mountains. He dresses like he always does.
Imagine if that was your job, like that was your life. Like your mom's like, yeah, what have you been up to? Yeah, I hold plywood up for skateboarders and snowboarders to ride and launch off of.
You have a college degree.
You have a PhD in carpentry.
Here's our current leader, Iris. Fam, just so stylish.
Utilizing those concrete barriers, very nicely done by Iris.
Yeah, at this point, I think it's safe to say Iris is moving on to finals. Is there a chance for a little shakeup, with second and third?
And Jack and Haley, I was really looking forward to when I saw the heats, knowing that Iris and Mia were in the same heat.
Yep.
Totally.
I fully anticipated both of them moving on, but I wanted to see the head-to-head battle.
Absolutely. Well, we know how talented Mia is on the rails. Oh. That was so impressive. Backside 50-50 nose, backside 50 nose press, backside 180 out. Super technical,
wow.
Very hard to do.
That's a combo. Combo platter.
Wow.
Nice, lifting, keeping
yeah.
the tail right off of that rail.
That's impressive. I wonder if Josh can find Mia and get a little update on why she decided to pull out there.
So much talent in this slope style. Jay Brown, 27. Absolutely. So here's Lex, run number 6.
Dropping in goofy stance. She's normally regular. Going for the switch, backside 50-50 through the kick rail.
That
wow.
is extremely difficult.
You could not pay me to do that.
No.
Not at all.
Yeah, this is huge, Haley.
Not only is that rail super technical to hit going forward stance, but she's hitting it backwards.
Switch, yeah.
The hardest way possible.
Wow, does that move her up into second, or does she need a couple more?
Yeah, she was sitting in third, or is sitting in third. And again, it's about overall body of work.
Looks
Iris playing the strategy, trying to wind down the clock, it seems.
Ice him out.
I do like the Egan coaching factor, though.
Ooh, falling off of that rail pretty early and coming pretty close to that concrete barrier. That's why this street style setup is so high risk. You really have to be on top of your game, making sure you're locking into those rails, not falling off early, because there's really not a lot of room for error here.
And with that, Heat 1 is officially done. So we await the formal results, and we get them in. Iris Pham and Jalen Hansen will be moving on to the final. Congratulations to those two. Unfortunately, Mia Brooks had to drop, and Lex unable to crack the top 2, but
still
great showing from them.
Yeah, incredible riding from all of those girls. Very impressed by Jalen's riding as well. And here's another look at Iris Pham taking the pole jam to the wall ride.
That was amazing.
Doesn't get any better than that.
Woo!
Vibes are high out here in Aspen. And it's just, again, so rad to see a crop of new talent. We see it annually with our traditional contests that we've seen, whether it be big air or super pipe, slope style, obviously. But as we said from the beginning, just getting to see new blood, snowboarders you would otherwise never get to see at the X Games here, is something special. Heat number 2 coming up after this. We welcome you back to X Games Aspen. And you never know who's going to show up or what's going to happen. Perhaps the busiest man at X Games, besides ourselves, is Man Ramp.
Man Ramp.
And I don't even know if he has a credential. He just sort of shows up to courses and no one really questions it.
Or a sweatshirt. Do you know how cold it is outside right now to just be running overalls?
From ski knuckle hug to women's street. Yeah, he's we usually see him out in the streets in skateboarding, and he's out here for all the snowboarding and skiing events. You'd love to see it. Well, if you're just joining us, Heat 1 officially in the books here in the playoffs for our women's snowboard street style. And now it's time to look at Heat number 2 out here at X Games Aspen. Lily, Telma, Egan Wint, and Grace Warner, just 2. Haley Langland will be moving on. I hate to put you on the spot, but just going into this heat, who do you have your eyes on?
I mean, 2 out of 4, that's pretty cutthroat. If I had to pick, I would have to go with Telma and Grace. They're looking so good, and Telma is actually an ATV rider, as I explained earlier. She rides in slopestyle. She was in research and development, the qualifier for natural selection. So I'm really excited to see her in this street course and see what she has for us.
Yeah, so many of these athletes earning their way here to Aspen via the Copper Pro just a few weeks ago. So I love to see those stories, because sometimes with X Games there's always been this, not necessarily gatekeeping, but people always wonder, oh, how do the invites work? And I think this has been the most transparent path for so many of these snowboarders on how to get to X Games.
Totally. Having to work your way up from the qualifier in Copper Mountain later this year, and yeah, making it to X Games, that's the big dream, right? Everyone wants to come here, and now that we have this opportunity for girls like this to showcase their style, and not only from a video standpoint, but now we get to see it live and in a contest.
Yeah, think about it. So many of these girls have grown up riding the streets without ever dreaming of, or I should say maybe they've dreamt of competing at the X Games, but never saw that as an actual possibility until now.
Totally.
So there's a look at our course, and if you're just joining us, we're in Heat 2 here in the women's street style playoff. 2 will be moving on to the final, and then we will have the women's final, and then the men hit the course after that. But we kick things off with the 15-year-old Lily DeWanaway out of Frisco, Colorado.
Going for that 50-50 transfer, lip slide.
That is how you started off, folks.
15 years old, but came in yesterday to women's knuckle huck and got 3rd place behind Kokomo Morase and Mia Brooks. I'd say she's in good company here. I know she's going to be trying to go for another medal.
She's so consistent for being the youngest athlete in this field.
I was going to say that she rides so smart, like she has all of this experience.
She's only 15.
It's crazy.
She's only 15. Wow, okay. Telma going in 50-50.
Sarki Payu.
Transfer board slide 270 out.
Wow.
Wow. That was beautiful. Locking it in on that back foot, popping off, getting the 270 all the way around.
Also, as Jack knows, I'm a sucker for a jean jacket.
And I'm also a sucker for a green Mohawk helmet here. He can win. Definitely a crowd favorite just from the style alone.
Egan Wint. Oh, yeah.
Right.
Smooth.
Going for that backside 50-50, back one out of this down bar here. Kind of looks like she was trying to lock in for a nose press, coming off a little bit early, not quite getting the tail off of the rail.
Right, yep, you're absolutely right. Starts off on the nose, kind of locks into 50-50.
Egan earned bronze last year at knuckle huck, and then there was Grace Warner.
I caught up with her earlier in the week. She told me that she was just coming off of a filming shoot. Okay.
Wow.
And that will work for your first run, Grace.
Holy.
Too easy.
She said she took such a hard slam filming on a rail and didn't know if she'd be able to compete. So just seeing her out here alone is amazing.
I mean, one of her wrists is casted too at the moment.
Yeah, no big deal. Apparently that's good luck around here now.
I'll say.
So here's Lily Dewanaway, just so consistent.
Looking so smooth. Maybe looking to go 270 out on that down bar. Just by the way it looked like she was looking at the nose of your board, and usually that helps you pop off and spin that 270 all the way around.
Will we see a tame dog nollie front flip?
There's rumors.
There are rumors.
There's Thelma.
Thelma. Oh my gosh!
Hold on, Thelma!
Yes! Thelma is going for all of the transfers. All in any of the transfers. She goes right here, front side 50-50, transferring to that board slide on the down part of the kink rail. Insane.
Before Egan Wynn drops in, let's head back down to Josh Eckert. Josh.
What is up, guys? I just got some insider knowledge on Egan. If you take a look at her helmet, it's quite interesting, and everyone's always talking about Monster helmet this, Red Bull helmet that. People need to talk about Egan's helmet a little more, I think.
Agreed.
Yeah, no, co-signed on that. She is rocking the Hot Topic starter kit, top to bottom.
That was a great look at that pole jam, frontside 270 on that wall ride featured. Haven't seen any girls yet spinning into the wall ride. So very neat.
So Egan Wynn takes over first place as we close in on the 6.5 minute mark, but Grace Warner coming correct.
Grace is riding like a real competitor in this event. I think she's playing it very carefully, watching what the other girls are doing, and kind of going for more of those staple tricks, not so much to like wow the crowd, but to just kind of take up time and show that she's consistent.
Overall impression,
Absolutely.
right? That's what the judges are looking for, and Grace Warner is rewarded, jumping up into the top spot.
Ooh, Lily going for the concrete barrier to jump to another concrete barrier.
So what's the difference between the concrete barrier and the rails? Break that down for us, Haley.
I mean, I personally have never hit a concrete barrier,
Exactly.
but I know that it is way gnarlier. There's so much more room for error. You can catch your edge on it quite easily, so props to these girls.
Thank you for that breakdown.
Thelma sitting in third place.
More gaps. Half cap 50-50 on the down flat down.
Excuse me, she had bumped down to fourth after Lily bumped her, but maybe she jumps back up after this.
Egan just having the time of her life, cracking up.
So here's Egan Wynn sitting in third.
Falling off a little early on that down flat, down kink rail. Here's another look at it. Just coming off a little bit early. I could kind of see the intention in her shoulders was maybe to go front side 180 out, maybe even front 3 out.
Heart in the air. Grace Warner, run number 3.
Miss Grace dropping in switch here. Ooh, going for that switch front board. Not quite on top of the rail as I know she'd like to be, but nonetheless, like we saw from Lex earlier, such a technical trick. She's coming in backwards to the rail, non-dominant leg forward, and having to turn her back towards the rail. Very scary.
It's very scary. It's very hard. In my entire snowboarding career, I never did a switch front board down a stair set like that.
There it is!
There it is. Give the people what they want.
Lily Dewanaway.
Do want to win.
Lily, do what you want. Come on.
Love it.
Lily wants it that way. Take another look.
Oh my gosh.
No problems, absorbing the landing, so good.
Biggest crowd-pleasing trick so far of the afternoon, Haley.
Absolutely.
Look
Look at the stoke in her face. She is so hyped up.
And Lily jumps up into third. So here's Thelma, who's our current leader.
Going again for that 50-50 gap.
There it is.
Board slide.
High speed, super dangerous with that donkey at the end of that rail, that little knob right there.
Yep.
That will catch you and flip you upside down. So that's why that makes that so difficult. And now with 3 minutes and 20 seconds left in heat number 2, I think this is where they got to put everything on the line. If they're not in that top 2, now is your time to shine. What does she got?
Ooh, going for a 50-50 back 360 out on that. Just not getting it around, only getting to backside 270. Taking a little butt slap on the snow there. Boop.
Boop. Complimentary sound effects here from Haley Langland. That did not look fun.
No, definitely
Will we get the
doesn't
heart?
feel good.
Will we get the heart?
Grace Warner currently in the top 2, which is where you want to be when the dust settles, because that means you're moving on to the final. Can she jump past Thelma into the first place?
There it is. A much better run of the switch front board on that down bar. That's one of Grace's stock tricks, though. I see her do it all the time, and every single time she does it, I'm in awe. It's such a complicated trick. It's so difficult. Perfect, right? Got the rail right underneath that front foot.
Bit of relief there after that redemption from Grace. All right, what do we got, Lily? 2 minutes left.
Lily trying to do something to crack the top 2.
Coming into the picnic table, jumping to the transfer rail right there, trying to go for a frontside lip slide on that, coming off a little early.
Yeah, that's a really difficult one because you really got to commit to it. You can't, you see, you got to get in between the legs. She comes off a little bit on the nose there. That's a lot of impact going onto a rail.
Definitely. The most difficult part about this setup is when you're riding up to the picnic table, you cannot see where that down bar is. So you're basically taking a stab at where you need to be putting your nose in what direction to go off of that picnic table.
That's right.
Our current leader. Closing in on the 1 minute mark here. Here's Thelma.
Ooh,
wow.
Going for a different transfer. Okay. That's the third transfer we've seen her do today. Going for that flat bar, dropping down to that concrete barrier in a board slide.
And
wow.
for being 19 years old and an X Games rookie, Haley, it's to your point, the strategy. She's really using every part of this course. And the judges love to see it.
That's right. It's not based on one trick. This is about overall impression. And right now, Thelma is in that top spot because she's utilizing the entire course.
So here's Egan Wint.
Going again for that.
Oh!
All right.
There you go. Throwing it all out there, yeah.
Seriously, going for that front 3 off of the down flat, down kink rail. That is so difficult because the kink is only so long, so you just have to time it right to be able to get that snap, which she almost does there.
Yeah, if you're watching from home, just, get up off the couch, try to do a 360, just standing on solid ground, then think about strapping a snowboard on and chucking it off of a rail.
Grace Warner.
No easy task.
Oh! Trying to go for that switch board side through that down flat, down kink. Kind of getting a little caught up. And that's the risk of hitting that rail and trying to go sideways. You can very easily catch whichever downhill edge is to that kink.
Well, I think Grace Warner has to be feeling pretty good about her chances of moving on to the finals. What a performance for her in Heat 2 here in the playoffs. And it's official. Thelma and Grace Warner will be moving on to the women's snowboard street final, where they'll face off against Iris Pham and Jalen Hansen. Congratulations to our entire field. But it was Grace Warner and Thelma Sarkipayu who move on to the final. That happens right after this. Welcome back to X Games Aspen 2025. It's finals time as we bring you now the Women's Snowboard Street Style Final. We've got 4 ladies out here with some incredible, stylish street tricks, and I can't wait to see them put it down for a chance at X Games Gold. There is our starting lineup: Jalen Hansen, Iris Pham, Grace Warmer, and Thelma Sarkipuju. This is an exciting lineup. I can't wait to see. Last year, Haley Langland, this was a demo, but now medals at stake. So history will be made. Someone's going to win the inaugural women's snowboard street style gold medal here today.
It's amazing. X Games opening the doors for street riders to come and make dreams come true, win X Games gold medal. This is a brand new event, so like you said, it's going to be the first gold here.
Couldn't be more excited. If I have to make a prediction here, I'm thinking Iris. Based off of the first heat, she was so locked in. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think Iris has looked so good. I think Grace has looked great. And then Thelma is going to be the last rider to drop in. So it's a full body of work. I can't wait to see it. But before we kick things off, Grace Warner, one of those riders we were talking about, Josh Eckert, the fourth member of our team out there on the course. Josh, what can you tell us about Grace?
So I spent some time with Grace at her local mountain, and if you notice what she's doing on the course, she's doing really difficult tricks. She's doing switch board slides through kink rails, she's doing switch front boards, nose press 180s, and the reason she's so consistent with this is actually because she comes from a rope tow park, which means you grab a rope, you go back to the top of the park, and you lap it again. It takes you only, I don't know, maybe 3 minutes to get to the top. So when you get to the park, you can hit it 100 times.
Thanks, Josh. Yeah, that's a really good point, Haley, when you think about it. I mean, so many of these girls are in their parks every single day. So when you have access to that park and you're able to get back up to the top that quickly, I mean, you're just taking laps, and those reps matter, obviously.
For sure, especially when it comes to putting it into a competition standpoint. When you get to rep a trick over and over and over again, eventually it's just going to bite and click, and you'll have that on lock.
I had an opportunity to go to the Midwest and hit a couple of the rope tows around there, and good golly, what a scene it is. It's way more like a skate park. You can see, when you're on the rope tow, you can see what everyone else is doing, and just the frequency of how many laps you get, like 3,000 laps in a day versus taking the chairlift really, really helps all of these riders fine-tune their skills.
That's a really good point. Amazing crowd on hand.
Saturday!
Who are ready to witness history as someone will earn the very first ever women's snowboard street style gold medal. 4 ladies here in the final.
Jalen Hansen being the youngest in this final at 18 years old.
Jalen, 18 years old, from Hastings, Minnesota. Her parents, Amy and Trent, here with her. Also enjoys skating and playing soccer. She played on her high school varsity soccer team. Now plays intramural at the University of Utah. So when she's not doing that, she's snowboarding at the X Games. Here's Jalen Hansen.
Going for the back lip pretzel. Wow.
She was so locked in on that. She caught it with the nose. Watch her just kind of lock right back into the inside there and snap off the pretzel. What is a pretzel? Well, it's a 270-degree rotation off the end of the rail. Going the other way.
Really easy to get twisted up in that trick. It's so hard to do. It takes a lot of core strength.
That's why they call it a pretzel.
Out of Bozeman, Montana, Iris Pham.
Trying to go for that lip slide through the down flat down rail, board slide through that down flat down kink rail.
So here's Grace Warner.
See what she's got for us here, dropping in regular. Going for a nose press backside 180. Coming up maybe 2 inches early.
Grace also involved in the slide-in tour with Zeb Powell.
She was the host of Grace's Getaway, a 2-day women's retreat and riding event held at Pine Knob Ski Resort in Clarkson, Michigan. Clarkson, Michigan, stand up. Thelma again Transfer
Kusamo,
Thelma.
Finland stand up. Thelma, Sarkipaiu.
Here's a look at that 50-50 board slide. I know she wants to go 270 out of that. We saw it in the qualifier earlier.
And right back up at the top. We re-rack now with Jalen Hansen dropping in for her second run as we touch the 8-minute mark here in the final. Remember, it's about overall impression.
No stranger to this event. She actually participated in the street style demo last year here in Aspen. Going for that 50-50 through the kink backside 180. So smooth. Getting all the way to the end of that rail.
That was absolutely perfect. Wow.
Iris Pham, the only goofy footer, in this field. She's been living the van life for the past 2 years. Living out of a van.
Normally, Goofy Foot goes in switch for that switch board slide 270 out. Again, stylish poke on the rail, really pressing that back foot out there.
Yeah, take a picture of that. That's going on the cover of a magazine somewhere. And Jalen Hansen, I don't know if you saw, moved up into that first spot.
Yeah.
But not for long. One run later, Iris says,
There's Grace Warner. I love it. Egan Wint, by the way, she's coaching everyone up, making the rounds.
Five Patrol.
Grace again going for that gap to front board on that concrete barrier, sliding out right there.
Oh, no.
That's what we mentioned earlier, coming in with a bruised tailbone. So even just the smallest little hit to that.
Yeah, I think we all felt that. So here's Thelma, currently sitting in that bronze medal spot.
Going again for this transfer, coming off a little bit early on the down of the down flat, down kink rail. When we talk about just the progression of women's street riding, this is so gnarly. Not only does she have to clear to the next rail, she's trying to avoid the flat part of the down flat down, and she has to get on that rail before the last kink of the down flat down. It's insanity.
Yeah, I don't want to try that. I'm sorry.
So here's Jalen Hansen's third run. Currently a freshman at the University of Iowa.
Okay.
Ooh. All right. Also going for an insane transfer there. 50-50 on the picnic table to a board slide pretzel out. My mind is frazzled.
My mind is frazzled, says Haley Langley.
So here's Iris Pham.
Wow, the
who
leaderboard.
just got first place taken away from her by Jalen Hansen. Can she take it back?
Again, going for that wall ride. She's kind of the only girl utilizing it at this point still. So let's see if maybe girls follow suit and try and get after this part of the course as well.
Yeah, we saw Egan Wint earlier with that alley-oop 270 onto it. I mean, that thing was a thing of beauty.
Definitely.
So we'll see if the game of leapfrog continues, and it does. Iris Pham back into first place. Grace Warner, I just got word, is passing, so we move on to Thelma Sarkipaiu.
Gapping the down and flat part of that down flat down, cab 180, 50-50. Locking into the down part of that down flat down. She's kind of on a tear right now.
God, that is the best feeling when you lock in perfectly like that and it's just smooth sailing from there. You land, textbook.
So we move back up to Jalen Hansen. X Games 2025 is on another level with 2 exclamation points. It's been that kind of weekend, quite honestly.
I'd give it more than 2, honestly.
Yeah.
I would 10x that.
I'll give it 2340.
2,340.
Jalen also following suit behind Iris and trying to get.
Heard you.
Yeah, trying to get her name in the ring on that wall ride feature.
Your current leader, eyes closed, looks like a little visualization.
Yeah.
What does she got? love the afterbang.
There's the transfer from Iris. All right, 50-50 here into that board slide on the front foot. Grace is back up at the top after passing on that last run.
Nice, love to see it. Extra respect.
Coming in switch here. Again, another switch front board kind of going over. You want to keep it underneath that front leg, and it just went in between, and she started sliding back towards that back foot. So not getting it as clean as she did previously.
Yeah, I think you can tell she's really struggling right there with her tailbone.
So Grace Warner in third, but here's Thelma, currently on the outside looking and sitting in fourth. Whoa! Whoa.
She was this close, I could see it in the body language.
Watch this again.
Again, jumping onto this 50-50 rail, which is set feet apart from this one. You have to jump to this other down bar. Locking it in onto that back foot, just not looking at the nose of her board. That is so critical on these 270s out of these down bars. You have to look at the nose of your board in order to get that momentum going to get the 270 around.
Coach Haley Langland. I'm going to take that into account the next time I try that.
I'm going to listen to this the next time I'm riding rails.
There you go. A nice smooth nose press there. Jalen Hansen currently in silver medal position.
Last 90 seconds here in the final. Take another look.
Nice backside 50 there from Jalen Hansen, nose press all the way to the end.
Hi, I'm just staring.
Dozing off here. Iris Bam. Current leader, minute left.
Ooh, going 50-50 all the way through that concrete barrier, drop rail, jump to the other concrete barrier.
High speed 50-50.
If you haven't checked it out, last year Iris actually had an amazing interview on the bomb hole. Highly suggest checking it out if you haven't. Last 30 seconds here. What can Grace Warner do?
Wow!
Oh,
she went for the whole gap.
Wow!
Over the plaza to the down bar board slide.
When it matters most, last run, full send.
Sheesh.
Wow!
Whoa.
She flew.
Her facial expression says
face.
it all.
Definitely.
Oh!
She definitely surprised herself there, but just the willingness to land, not only because of the tailbone, but also here at X Games. That was such a high consequence.
And it pays off, getting her back into that top three.
So now Thelma got bumped out. This is her last chance to get back up into the top three.
Oh! Getting that transfer so much cleaner.
Oh, that was sick.
Oh boy.
Not hold your breath right now.
Wow. What do you think? Is that enough to bump her back into the top three?
I mean, we've seen so much movement run to run, Haley. It feels like it would, but I don't know.
It's so hard to say. I personally thought that Thelma was going to be in that top three no matter what this whole time, and to see that she's in fourth place right now on that last run, I have to wonder, does she bump up into that top three?
Waiting.
And she does! Thelma jumps all the way up into second place.
I think you predicted Iris?
I sure did.
Let's go, high five.
I'm not a betting man, but hey, if I was.
Gotta go buy a lotto ticket now.
Let's go.
That is incredible. Well, let's head down to Josh Eckert, who's gonna try and get with our winner. What
Iris fam, we saw you land a perfect back 1-2 and then a pole jam into the wall ride. What was going through your head up there to secure X Games gold?
That's insane. I just wanted to come out here and have fun and shred with my homies, and we did that. but this is unbelievable.
Well, we can see it on the smile on your face when you're riding that these are indeed all the homies, and you killed it. Congratulations.
Congratulations to Iris Pham, who looked so good right from the jump in the playoff and just picked up where she left off, utilized every part of this course, doing things just a little differently than the rest of the field, Haley, and was just so consistent.
Absolutely, she used the entirety of the course. You didn't see a lot of the girls going for that pole jam wall ride, which I think really set her and her riding apart.
Well, what a showing for all of the ladies here in snowboard street style. But when it was all said and done, Iris Pham earns X Games gold. More from X Games Aspen as the men hit the course when we return.